OBINNA the village boy. How my life changed from poor family to CEO of a company. My name is OBINNA, and I was born in a village where the sun burns your skin and the sun tastes like survival. We had nothing. No electricity. No water. No hope. Our house was made of red mud, with a zinc roof that clattered like thunder when rain fell. I slept on a raffia mat, sharing the small space with my mother and 2 younger siblings. My father. He died when I was 7, carried away by cough and poverty. From that day, my journey began. At age 10, I could calculate how many spoons of gari we had left without a scale. I hawked pure water, groundnut, and sometimes firewood, just to buy soap or 1 pencil for school. Many days, I went to class barefoot. My uniform had more holes than fabric. But I loved books. Not because they made me happy, but because they made me forget. I remember one teacher, Mr. Is, who once told me, "OBINNA, you have the eyes of a boy who will not die poor." That sentence, it planted a seed. One day, I was sitting by Mama's broken transistor radio. The batteries were weak, but I heard something that changed everything. A voice said, "Even the village rat can become a lion in the city." That line stuck to my chest like hot coal. Weeks later, a man named Uncle Jude, my mother's cousin who had moved to Lagos, visited the village. He came with a small car, wore a shining watch, and sprayed perfume that smelled like power. I followed him everywhere during his 3-day stay. I fetched water. I cleaned his car. I helped him charge his phone at the only house with a generator. Before he left, I knelt and begged, "Uncle, I want to go with you. Let me be your houseboy, your cleaner, anything. I want to leave this village." He looked at me long and hard, then nodded. That night, I couldn't sleep. When I was leaving, Mama tied 200 Nigerian nairas inside my wrapper and whispered, "OBM, no matter what you see in the city, don't forget who you are." I entered a lorry with Uncle Jude. Dust trailed behind us as we left the only life I had ever known. My heart was full of fear, hope, and hunger. The journey took 2 days. When we arrived in Lagos, I couldn't believe my eyes. The buildings looked like they were touching the sky. The cars were faster than any goat I'd ever chased. The people walked like they had somewhere important to go. But Lagos didn't care that I was from the village. Uncle Jude's house was small, 1 room in Ajigona, with 2 other men sleeping on the floor. I slept near the door. That night, mosquitoes bit me like I owed them money. I cried silently. But the next morning, I told myself, "OBINNA, cry no more. Hustle has begun." I became Uncle's boy. I washed his clothes. I cooked his food. I cleaned the gutters in front of the compound. He promised he'd send me to school. He never did. After 1 year, I realized something. Lagos was not sweet, but it had options. I started helping a neighbor who worked at a cyber cafe. I fetched water for him, and in return, he allowed me to watch people using computers. I was fascinated. One day, a customer forgot his flash drive. I plugged it in and for the first time, I saw a CV. El curriculum vitae. I copied it into my notebook word for word. I didn't know why, but it felt like gold. The cybercafe owner noticed my curiosity. He said, "You want learn ABI? But I no get time." I told him, "I go fetch water, wash toilet, do anything. Just teach me." And he did. Every evening, I stayed after work and learned typing, graphics, and how to design posters using CorelDRAW. Within 6 months, I could design flyers, wedding invitations, and banners. I printed samples and hawked them to churches, shops, and street corners. My first real design job came from a woman selling clothes. She needed a poster for her boutique. I charged 1,000 Nigerian nairas. She paid me 800 Nigerian nairas and said, "Don't worry, next time." But I smiled. Because I was no longer just a houseboy. I was OBINNA the designer. I saved every kobo. Bought my own second-hand laptop for 25,000 Nigerian nairas. It had a broken S key, but I used it like it was a MacBook. I registered on Facebook and started posting my designs. I joined WhatsApp groups. Offered free work just to get my name out. One day, a man from the UK saw my flyer design and said, "How much for logo design?" Logo. I had never done it before. But I said, 10,000 naira. He paid. I went straight to YouTube and learned how to design logos. That job led to another. Then another. In 6 months, I had 17 clients from different countries. A friend told me about Fiverr and Upwork, online platforms. I didn't understand anything. But I spent weeks studying how to create a profile, how to pitch, how to get clients. My first gig, $5. I danced for 1 hour when I saw the money land in my Payoneer. That $5 became $50, then $300, then $1,000. I upgraded my laptop. Rented my own room. Took mama off farm work. Sent my siblings to school. By the time I was 26, I had made over 40 million Nigerian nairas designing logos, websites, and social media brands for companies around the world. I started OB Digital Studio, with staff, office space, and interns from poor backgrounds like me. One day, I returned to the village, not in a lorry, but in a black SUV. Mama cried when she saw me. The same boy who used to sell pure water was now feeding families. I built her a house. Installed solar power. Dug a borehole. If you're watching this video, let my story remind you. You don't need a perfect start. You don't need to know everything. You just need one decision, to try, and never stop. From the dust of the village to the light of Lagos, I walked every step. I cried. I failed. I bled. But I rose. My name is OBINNA, the boy the world forgot, but destiny remembered. And this is my story.